6 meses después. El caso del pintalabios. ¿Y tan importante es un pintalabios para tener un propio caso? Tiene una pinta esto a película de 1920, ¿sabes? De policías. ¿Cómo? 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 Empezamos fuerte.
All right, gentlemen, take your seats. Let's get this over before lunch. Floyd Rose of the homicide squad has decided to take early retirement. We will all miss
Guay,
Floyd
nos va a
and the
tocar a
steely
nosotros.
edge he brought to his police work. The department has arranged a wee drink at the Galway Arms to quench the mighty thirst a man gets from 25 years of police work.
Hemos pasado de patrullar con un patrulla, lógicamente, por las calles tranquilamente, a empezar a cosas ya más turbias. Tengo miedo.
Floyd's departure leaves a place at the top table, and the chief has seen fit to promote Cole Phelps from burglary to the homicide desk.
De robos a homicidios.
Take a chair. You're in the major leagues now.
¡Bravo!
Rusty Galloway, a fine lawman of the old school, will be taking you under his wing.
Ojo, nuevo personaje, nuevo compañero.
Your first case is the murder of a woman, found last night and bearing all the signs of the werewolf.
¡Hombre lobo!
Get out
¿Qué?
to the scene, lads.
El hombre lobo. Podría ser el vampiro porque le ha gustado la sangre, ¿eh? Le ha gustado la sangre. A ver, vamos a ver qué sabemos sobre la víctima y el sospechoso. Seguramente muy poca data. Víctima, sexo femenino. Básicamente nada, ¿no? Ok. ¿Y el sospechoso? No sabemos si es hombre o mujer. Su pelo y demás, claro. Esto nuestro personaje no lo sabe, pero nosotros hemos visto la escena. Se ha visto un hombre con sombrero, una gabardina. O sea que... podría ser cualquiera de la ciudad. Van todo el mundo con sombreros. Aparta. Aparta. Muy buena la animación de las escaleras, ¿eh? Baja todas las escaleras. No hace como algunos juegos que hace como que baja una y luego baja dos. Prefiero que conduzcas tú. Ok. Han cambiado el coche, ¿eh? Escúchame, poquita broma. Buen carro, buen carro. Buen carro, me gusta.
What happened to Rose?
Parker wants the chief's job. Word is it's either going to be him or Thad Green. So they're both clearing the decks.
Where does that leave you, Galloway?
Leaves me saddled with a chump like you, Phelps. I didn't ask for you and I don't want you, so keep it to yourself. See if you can learn something about seeing how a real cop operates.
Hasta el
What did you
momento
mean by the werewolf?
hemos tenido compañeros buena gente, pero este es un poco imbécil, la verdad.
Medallion. The Daily News came out calling him the werewolf killer. The Examiner came up with the Black Dahlia.
Are we any closer to catching him?
Not a chance.
¿Qué va?
6
¿Cómo que
months
no?
and hundreds of guys running down leads and we got nothing.
You don't think this has anything to do with it?
No.
Pero
I
eso es
don't.
porque eres un incompetente.
90%
Ya verás cómo lo
of murders are
pillamos.
domestic, Phelps. Some guy gets into a beef with his wife, he takes it too far. This will be the same. But cutting someone in half and leaving them off the sidewalk, that's a one-off.
Why so many women this year?
Because of the war.
Solo ataca mujeres.
You should know that. Guy gets to kill people every day in combat. Comes home, he's expected to take lip from his wife. What do
Hostia,
you
qué
think's
guapo
gonna
va a estar
happen?
este caso, ¿no?
It's that simple.
Like I said, most of the time it is.
Rollo al caso de Jack el Destripador. Me gusta. Vale, ya estamos aquí. Escenario del crimen, 9:41 de la mañana. Qué risa. What?
How about a scoop for the Examiner, Galloway? You could use some good press.
Another tramp, another message. Is the werewolf back in
Otra
business, boys?
Do you have a mother, asshole? A sister? How about showing some respect for this poor woman? Let us...
O sea que se parece realmente al caso de Jack el Destripador. Hace muchos meses que no se sabe de él. No tienen ninguna pista sobre él, quién puede llegar a ser. Ataca de noche a mujeres.
Do our job, and Detective Galloway will give you a statement later.
He's good, Rusty. He even sounds genuine.
That's Phelps, guys. The war hero.
Incluso
Defending the
cariñosas.
honor of murdered humps.
They're used to it, Phelps. Move it along, guys. You got your pictures, you got your headlines. Now scram.
Vale, tenemos pistas. Hashtag baneado. Hashtag baneado. Entiendo que no pase nada porque es un juego, ¿no? No tiene indicios de contenido ese.
Trollman, this your beat?
¿No?
Yes, sir. Well, part of it. Kids park here, they use it like a lover's lane. It's a working neighborhood. Some trouble, but nothing like this. It's known locally as the Moors.
You were first on the scene?
Yes, detective.
No one's disturbed the body?
No, sir. We
O
cleared out
sea
them
que la
vulture
mató
reporters
así.
so Pinker and the coroner could work.
Como Dios
They're
la
waiting to
trajo al
talk to you.
mundo.
Go house to house and see what you come up with.
Vale. Aquí ha habido un frenazo. Muchas huellas sin sentido. ¿Y esa por qué resalta más?
What can you tell me about the shoe prints?
Men's size 8s. Pinker lifted impressions
Del
from
número
each pair
41.
back to the lab.
Vale. Con un número 41 da todas las esperanzas de que sea un hombre. Y además que lo sabemos, ¿no? Lo hemos visto en la escena. La arrastró hasta aquí. Pero vamos a seguir investigando. Mira, su bolso y su peine.
The victim's bag?
El pintalabios.
Looks brand new. Can't be the one used on the body.
Ojito. Vale, solo del bolso vemos el pintalabios. ¿Y el peine tendrá algo? No creo, ¿no? Nada relevante. Más pistas. Una bola del mundo. ¿De oro o
Some
bañada
kind
en
of
oro?
Puzzle or parlor game.
Ah, puedo seguir investigando. Un momento. ¡Ojo! Puede hacer el rompecabezas. ¡Oh! Un momento, hay que dar más vueltas. Ahí está, Españita. ¡Hasta luego! Ahí. ¡Ojo! Hostia. Club Mamba.
The Bamba
Bamba,
Club.
perdón.
Why steal a table lighter?
Un poco raro este mechero, ¿no? En fin. Original. Aquí hay trozos de revista, pero no creo que sea relevante. De hecho, no me deja... ¿O sí?
Circumstantial.
Un maquelele. El hombre fumaba. ¡Ojo! Y aquí está la caja. ¿Esto qué es?
Incidental.
Incidental. ¿Qué es eso? Y una entrada de teatro egipcio. ¿Hay que buscar la otra parte o qué? Supongo que esta es toda la zona, no se puede investigar más allá. Estas huellas no me han dejado verlas, ¿no? No tiene sentido. En fin, vamos a ver al cuerpo.
Help me out.
First things first. Better speak to the reporting patrolman and Mal Carruthers.
Cause of death?
Could be the head injuries. She has been badly stalked.
Obviamente es por las heridas de la
Cuts
cabeza.
look superficial.
Hola.
What caused the blunt force injury to the face?
Traumatismo
Could be anything from a
craneoencefálico
baseball bat
grave.
to a lug wrench. I'll have more details after the autopsy.
¿Qué de hostias le pegaría en la cabeza que le ha hecho ahí un hueco importante, ¿eh? Aquí tiene también en la zona del labio como una cuchillada, ¿no? Esto no es solo un poquito de sangre que se le ha movido hacia aquí. Todo un rajadote bueno. Vale. Veamos los brazos. Nada. ¡Ey! Ah, vale, no. Pensaba que tenía un anillo.
What about this wound on the finger?
Joya desaparecida, ¿y cómo lo sabe?
Ring, most likely.
Y las
I
uñas
assume it was taken
partidas.
post-mortem.
A la uña no le ha dado mucha atención. Y aquí en el cuerpo, que te den DN-Tex.
Interesting.
Nada más.
What does the writing on the victim mean?
BD, like Dahlia?
Italia
X?
negra.
Your guess is as good as mine. Could be something to it, or it could be the killer's trying to throw you off the scent. Either way, I'll run tests on the lipstick.
Any idea of the time of death?
From the temperature, I'd say after midnight. I'll confirm with you later.
When we get to the Bomba, a man could die of thirst in a case like this.
Tenemos un compañero borracho y putero, ¿eh? Vamos al coche. Apuntamos donde queremos ir, al Club Bamba. Bamba, Bamba. Voz. Alejado. Buenos amortiguadores, me gusta.
The werewolf?
For my money, copycat.
We can't rule it out. We need to work the evidence.
Alejado.
You'd love that, wouldn't you?
Ey,
Big
por aquí
head
no.
to hang on your wall.
Sorry, sorry.
The caller of the decade. You've been working evidence on BD case for 6 months and got nicked.
There's a difference, Rusty.
Oh, yeah?
I just started working it today.
Okay, hotshot. What's more likely? The werewolf comes back around, leaving us alone in the corpse?
He clearly has a thing for power. Power over women. Why not
Sí.
power over the police department as well?
Let me finish, Phelps. A guy opens his mouth again after 6 months of stewing. For some opportunist who's been reading about the BD figures, he'll rip off the MO and get himself a freebie.
That's not totally fantastical.
You know, the Examiner and the Daily News might be good at coming up with monikers, but they're terrible for police work. There's a reason we didn't get the son of a bitch after the short murder was them, locusts.
Where do you think the werewolf killer is now?
Dead by his own hand, stationed somewhere else with the armed forces. San Quentin, another town, another country, who knows? So, Phillips, I understand you want to turn this into a big case, but it doesn't work like that, all right? A case will come and find you. Can't make it something it ain't, understand?
So you don't think the werewolf has
Pero
continued
habrá
to
que investigar.
operate in the Los Angeles area?
No chance. Would have found him.
La cosa es, ¿veremos alguna pista dentro de poco? ¿Pasará algo esta noche? Hay que investigar. Ir al Club Bamba, a ver si saben quién compró ese mechero, si lo han visto alguna vez, ¿sabes? Cositas. A lo mejor en el Club Bamba este donde conoce a las chicas y luego se las lleva a un sitio lejano y las acaba, literal. El Club Bamba, 10 y 19 de la mañana.
How's your tuna fish salad?
Hola, buenas tardes.
Gentlemen, what can I get you?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Were you working here last night?
Yes. How can I help, officer?
You can start with your name.
Garrett Mason.
You're the regular bartender on nights?
I'm a temporary barman. I work for an agency. I fill in at bars across town.
Do you remember a woman who came in here last night? 5'7", about 110 pounds, blonde hair, about 40 years of age.
You mean Celine Henry?
Celine Henry.
Yes. Do you know anything about her?
I don't. But the owner, Mr. McCall, serves her most nights. Would you like to speak to him?
I would.
Obvio.
He sits at the back of the club. Wears a hibiscus. You can't miss it. Is there anything else?
Fire away, Phelps. I'll stay here. I'm a little parched. Pour me 3 fingers of rye.
Viejo y borracho. Viejo y borracho.
Sam is taking you to Palm Springs.
Your married man again.
Aquí está.
This is a bit of a gun.
Hola, buenas.
What?
Detective Phelps, LAPD. We're investigating the murder of Celine Henry. Do you know her?
Celine?
House officer.
Christ.
That's the spirit. Tell me another.
Sure, I know her. She and I and Jacob, her husband, we go way back.
She was here last night?
¿Vale?
Sure,
Tiene
she's a
un
regular. Celine is,
marido.
was a lovely woman.
Sospechoso visto con la víctima. A ver si sabe algo. Si ha visto a alguien con ella y demás.
Was Mrs. Henry here with anyone last night?
Not at first. Celine already had quite a head start.
And she attracted attention?
Certainly. A few gentlemen became very enamored with her and her stories.
En especial a un tipo.
One guy in particular.
Creo que dice la verdad.
You know him?
No. He's been in a couple of times.
Did they leave together?
Yes. At around 11. If it helps, I made the guy's license plate.
Tú eres un genio, ¿no? Tiene la matrícula del pibe y todo, ¿eh? 2B8899.
Help, sir. Thank you.
Wow. Y la cosa es, ¿por qué apuntaste la matrícula? ¿Acaso te olías que algo olía mal? ¿Tienes algo que ver? A ver, entiendo que no. Anillo robado a la víctima, cierto.
Mrs. Henry appeared to be missing a ring, torn from her finger, but not her wedding finger.
Celine always wore a red garnet ring on the large side.
Un anillo de granate rojo.
Larger than life, like Celine herself.
Did she have it a long time?
Sure. Since way back in her flying days.
Did her husband buy it for her?
No, it was before Jacob.
A ver, estás dudando, ¿eh? ¿Acaso se lo regalaste tú?
I think you know where the ring came from, and I think you're gonna tell me.
Okay, I bought it years ago. I carried a torch for Celine in those days. Guess I always have. But old man never knew about it.
Vale, 2 de 2. A ver si en la tercera va la vencida. Conocimiento del marido, a ver si sabe algo sobre él.
You know the husband?
Sure I know Jacob. He was in the Corps. He met Celine on a furlough and married her when the war was finished. He put up with a load of shit.
Do you think he killed his wife?
No. No, not in my opinion.
Está seguro en lo que dice.
Was he ever violent with her?
Celine came in here last night looking like she'd taken a slap. They don't live together anymore, so it might not have been him.
No viven juntos.
Thanks, Mr. McCall. You've been a big help. One more thing.
Vale, me he equivocado en la tercera porque le he dado a verdad y justo cuando ha puesto que decía la verdad, ha tragado la saliva. O sea que tendría que haber dudado. Esperarme un poco y haber dudado. Pero bueno.
Would you have an address for Celine?
142 North Union Avenue.
Perfecto.
God knows I had to send her home in enough cabs to remember that.
I think he's a bit of a gangster.
Ojo,
He treats me nice.
un guiño a GTA 6. Un guiño a GTA 6 y este juego tiene una década, ¿eh?
Hey, what's the hurry? My stool was just starting to warm up nicely.
Venga, borracho. Vamos. Claim ticket. Basura. Había un ticket también en la escena del crimen, pero no tiene que ver, al parecer. Vale.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need a registered owner on a license plate, 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. I'll need to contact the DMV. Shall I relay the details via KGPL?
Ha tenido que venir aquí Cole Phelps para investigar bien este caso. Claro, ¿cómo va a saber alguna pista, aunque sea pequeña, si están nada más que en los bares, tío? Este detective sí que hace su trabajo. Pero mi compañero un poco...
Please. Thank you.
Ya verás como esta noche lo trincamos. ¿Ha dejado ya de beber? Qué raro. Qué raro. Mira, ya está metido en el coche y todo. Tú no conduzcas, ¿eh? No hagas nada. Vamos a las residencias de Celine Henry. A ver si está ahí su marido. Y sabe que su mujer ya no vive.
Sharpens my investigatory instincts, Phelps.
A smart lawyer
Hey!
might use that to throw out anything you collect today.
Loco, sí, pítame.
Man might know it's unwise to stand between the patient and his medicine.
As long as you're not falling over, Rusty, I'll let it slide.
That's nice. Whoa there!
No pasa nada. Vamos. Vamos, vamos.
That's mighty kind of you, Phelps. You know, you picked the wrong job of a healthy thirst offender.
We owe it to this city to do the best we can in this position. As
Obvio.
homicide detectives, that responsibility is all the more serious.
Always the politician.
It's not political, it's practical. Maybe the men combing Hollywood Boulevard after the Elizabeth Short murder were more interested in sniffing out booze than the clues that would have led to her killer.
Yeah, well, if only you'd been there, choir boy. Betty Short would be alive, the Japs would have spared Pearl Harbor. Our ancestors wouldn't have tasted the forbidden fruit.
Minor syntactical error, Detective Galloway. I never claimed to be able to prevent crimes. I only suggested a proficiency in solving them. Guess that's the drink slowing you down.
Oh my God, brother, oh brother. Worse than I could ever have imagined.
Cuidado, Paloma. Que te llevo para adelante. Vamos. Residencias de los Henry. 11:04 de la mañana. Se están escuchando obras. O martillazos.
I'll try the back door. Wait here a second.
Alguien hay. Están las luces encendidas, que de hecho no sé por qué es de día. Un poco rarete. Han roto el cristal. ¡Hostia, qué revólver tienes, colega! Y ahora lo ha cambiado. ¿What? Si era dorado. Yo quiero ese revólver, tú.
Side window's been jimmied. Looks like somebody's creeped the joint.
Parece que alguien se ha colado. Perdonad, pero es que estaba viendo a este de rojo que va bien, de frames. Y el otro de las flores iba a 2 FPS. Hostia, que van con un ramo de flores y todo. Este juego es increíble. ¿Por qué no hacen un remake de este juego? Por favor. Vale, familia calcinada. La policía dice que las muertes son sospechosas. Vale. Va a haber flashback.
said I had to go back, Doctor.
The fires are cathartic. They allow you to confront your past.
You said the house would be empty.
Are you taking the medication I have prescribed?
You said the house would be empty.
O sea que aprovecha que tiene clientes que no están muy bien para hacer asesinatos. Este puto doctor es una bestia, ¿no? Es una bestia.
I heard them screaming.
The circumstances were unfortunate. My colleagues had made all the necessary arrangements.
Ojalá haya un caso para ir a por este pavo.
The deaths were unfortunate, but you have dealt with death before.
I want you to come to the clinic and we can deal. You said the house would be empty. How can I find peace?
Ve a por él y mátalo. O sea que este tío se aprovecha de la gente que no está muy bien para hacer atrocidades. Pff, qué perro. Hay que ir a por ti. Bonito piano, la verdad. Vamos a buscar pistas. Unas gafas de aviación de la señora.
Optimistic, Cole.
Ok. Aquí hay un plato roto. ¿Y no me dejas interactuar con él? ¿What? ¿Por qué? ¡Ojo! Las llaves del Ferrari.
Don't think this is anything.
¿Cómo que no? Coche free. Vale, aquí abajo unos platos de comida. Hay que investigar también la ventana rota, a ver qué podemos ver. Unos zapatos. Un 43. Literal. Dicen que los que calzan mucho tienen... Pues escúchame, esta señora tenía 3 patas. Perdonad por la tontería. Vale. Ventana rota.
Burglar used the pry bar.
Una
Why did
palanca.
you kick the door in? You think I'm gonna climb through a broken window in a $30 suit? You got another thing coming, Buster.
Te lo he explicado. El traje no se ensucia ni se puede romper.
This isn't what we're looking for.
El traje siempre limpio. Los diablos. Esto ya lo vimos en un caso anterior. Le gustaba la mandanga, ¿eh? Oxidol. Esto ya lo vimos en una casa y no tenía relevancia, aquí tampoco. La zona de lavado. Una nota en el frigorífico. Si se te pasa la borrachera, estaré en el apartamento 2. Stanford Avenue, teléfono tal, Jacob.
Selena and Jacob are obviously having problems. Speaks to motive.
Sí, pero...
Crime scene evidence still weighs against it being...
No creo que... A ver, puede estar relacionado e incluso que no sea el propio asesino este, el hombre lobo. Que lo haya matado... Que haya matado este hombre a su mujer y se crean estos panolis que es el hombre lobo. O puede ser que Celine estuviera casado con el hombre lobo y no lo sabía. Escúchame, yo lanzo teorías. Alguna caerá. Sí. Yo diría que no es.
One of my exes drank like this, you'd be feeling the back of my hand.
Call in burglary and get technical services out here.
Este hombre es viejo, borracho,
Don't take all day about
putero
it, Phelps. I get nasty when I'm
y
thirsty.
machista. Si mi mujer bebiera así, le cruzaría la cara, pero ¿quién chota sos? Hay que entender que este juego está ambientado en los años 20, años 30. No era la cosa como ahora, ¿sabes? Apartamento de Jacob Henry. Vamos a ver si está ahí o se ha ido a las Maldivas por el asesinato de su mujer. Tremenda casa, ¿no? Apartamentos de Jacob Henry. 11 y 31. Vamos a entrar por la fuerza, escúchame. Momento tiroteo.
You Jacob Henry?
Yeah. Who's asking?
LAPD. You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder? Celine?
Save the dramatics
Oh my
for
God.
RKO, pal. You got bigger problems.
RKO. RKO.
What the hell are you talking about? You come in here, you tell me that Celine is...
Take a seat, Mr. Henry.
she's-
We're gonna have a look around, then we'll talk.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
Como que lo siento. ¿Acaso te sientes culpable?
I get even the slightest hint that you're a flight risk, pal.
Pues encárgate tú, ten la pistola en la mano y que no se te escape. Por favor. ¡Ojo! ¿Y esto? ¿Qué te gusta? ¿Pinchar? No me dice nada. Está muy limpio, ¿no? Para ser un arma, ¿no? No es muy útil. Ok. Buen galgo. Sí.
He'll be back any moment. Just sit tight.
Ahí, hazle caso. Vale, aquí podemos hacer luego una llamada si encontramos alguna pista. Mover lápiz. No me joda. Este juego es increíble. Este juego es increíble. Este juego es increíble. Esto ya se ha visto en series, en películas. Buen detalle. ¿Hay más? Gracias por la oferta. Necesito que hagas algo en relación con mi esposa. ¿Cómo? ¿Cómo? Buen bate. Escúchame.
Don't think this is any use to us.
¿Ves? Sirve para darle una buena golpiza a ese pibe. Vale, las puertas con el pomo plateado no se pueden abrir. Son las doradas las que se pueden abrir. Por ejemplo esta. Uy, estaba haciendo la maleta. Es que tenías prisa.
Size 11.
Un 46, hermano. Este es de pito grande, ¿eh? ¿Iba a escapar o qué? Este cuadro no lo había visto en mi vida. He encontrado cositas en tu casa. Movimientos de la víctima.
So who could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
Algo sabes. No mientas. No mientas a estos detectives. Algo sabes.
We get the impression that Celine liked to live the glamorous life. How did she end up with a hump like you, Jacob?
Celine was one of the first woman pilots. She hung out with movie stars and royalty.
Hostia.
But when she came back here broke and struggling, she married a mechanic. Put a roof over her head, food on the table. Not glamorous, but the best I could do. I'm not ashamed about that.
¿Cómo? Le tendría que haber dicho que miente. Claro, tienes que decir si dice la verdad, si crees que miente o dudas sobre lo que dice. Y si fallas, te lo penalizo. Último contacto con la víctima.
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night.
Anoche fui a verla y
I
hablamos.
went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
Antes ha dicho... te han preguntado, ¿dónde estuvo tu mujer anoche? Creo que en un bar. Creo que en un bar. Y ahora dices que te acercaste y tuviste una discusión. Cuéntame más. Cuéntame más. Creo que dice la verdad, pero eso, se le nota en el rostro rencor hacia ella. Voy a dudar.
And how are we meant to believe that, Jacob? It isn't looking good for you.
Cuéntame más.
That nosy bitch from next door, Jenny Horgan. She'll tell you I left. And what time.
¿Otra vez fallado? Joder. Móvil del asesinato.
Why did you kill her, Jacob? Things will go better if you come clean about it.
That's a lousy thing to say. I never gave up on my wife.
Es que miras mucho, no fijas los ojos, no hay contacto visual, mientes.
I don't believe you, Jacob. I think you didn't have the guts to
Y ahora
do
me
it
va a poner
yourself,
que
so you
también lo he
let
hecho mal.
someone else do it.
You want to back that up with something, Big Mouth? Huh?
Este creo que tenía huellas del 46. Coméntanos sobre el pintalabio, el gran protagonista de la historia.
I've had just about enough of you.
Ya me he hartado. Coartada de Jacob Henry.
So you can prove that you came back here after you left your wife's place.
I came back here. I was here all night. Start work at 6:30. I'm not the going out type.
Ve, aquí se le nota que es conciso con lo que dice.
Did a neighbor see you? Did you talk to anyone? You need an alibi, Jacob.
I don't have one. I was here. I listened to Amos and Andy on the radio, and then I went to bed.
We're still gonna need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife and how you figured killing her would bury all your troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're gonna tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
This doesn't look good for you, Jacob.
¡Ey, ey, 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 ey! Toma. Toma, toma, totito.
What's this?
Toma. ¡Más rápido!
Call it in and get a squad car dispatched. And check for messages. I'll keep old Slugger here company.
¿Aló?
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective. You have a message from the coroner. Do you wish to be put through?
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Carruthers,
It's Phelps.
I've completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head from a blunt metal instrument. Closest match would be a socket wrench handle.
So the cause of death was the blunt.
No, the blows to the head surprisingly were not fatal.
¿No fueron
Death was
mortales?
from hemorrhage and shock from the fractured ribs and multiple injuries caused by the stomping.
Anything else?
He's some kind of sex fiend. The tissues of the anus were bruised about
O sea que
1/8
es Ted
of an
Bundy,
inch,
¿no?
but no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
Thanks, Doc. Operator, give me R&I.
What?
Any word on an owner for that vehicle? License was 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. The plate belongs to a brown
Pontiac marrón
1936 Pontiac.
del 36.
Registered owner is one Alonso Mendez of
Alonso
402
Mendez.
South Fremont Street, apartment 16.
Thanks.
¿Para qué
Any other
ir a ver
messages?
a Fernando Alonso?
One, Detective. From Captain Donnelly. He wants any and all suspects returned to Central. Interviews to be set up immediately.
Got it. We're coming in.
A ver si ahora me vienen mejor los interrogatorios. Que lo he hecho fatal en este interrogatorio. Vamos primero a la casa de Fernando. De Alonso, perdón. Que con la coña
Alonso Mendez.
de Fernando.
Sound like a man who moonlights as a
Estoy diciendo
werewolf?
Fernando.
Don't sound like a man I'd let my daughter anywhere near.
You've got a daughter.
Spend enough time drinking, Cole, you'll find yourself with any number of things you don't want when you're sober.
So that's why you never sober up.
Exactly.
Carruthers said she took a real pounding.
Maybe if he had been a little firmer in the beginning, he wouldn't be in this situation now.
I imagine that Neanderthal routine is a big hit with the ladies, Galloway.
Women love me, Phelps. I have no complexity. They know exactly what they're gonna get.
Que flipa. Apartamento de Méndez, 11:54. Vale, vamos a buscar a ver cuál es. El 16.
Mendez, apartment 16.
Vale. Bonito apartamento, ¿no? Vale, hay que ir a la cuarta planta, que está de la 13 a la 16. Perfecto.
Here, the apartment's up on the top floor.
Hay que ir a la última planta. Vale. Por aquí. 14, 15 y 16.
Don't bother knocking, just kick the door in.
¡Pum!
Take a look
Hola, buenas
around, see
tardes.
what you can find.
Qué fácil es abrir, ¿no? Esto IRL no pasa, ¿eh? Necesita ayuda. Un trofeo. Pero hasta el momento nada interesante. Otra llave igual que en la casa de la señora. Pero dice que es irrelevante, ok. Muy detallado siempre los interiores del juego. Me gusta.
Probably nothing.
Vale, té. Y café.
Doesn't give me anything to go on.
Gold down.
Not sure this means much.
Huevos. En la cocina nada. Ok.
No good to me.
Las cerillas que vimos en una casa ya. Esta puerta nada. Esta sí. Uf, la ventana abierta. Y sangre. ¡Ey! El arma homicida. Y el pintalabios.
Brothers could match the color and brand of the body.
¡Uy! ¡Uy, Alonso! ¡Uy, Alonso Méndez!
Consistent with Celine's injuries, and the blood can be typed.
¡Uy!
We have the murder weapon. We better get Pinker down here.
Why keep it? Why not throw it away?
Think these clowns are geniuses? Thank your stars you caught a break. Captain Donald will begin to like you.
Sí, he tenido suerte, ¿no?
Hey,
Sí.
what gives?
LAPD, you're under arrest.
Do not lose that son of a bitch. I'll go get our wheels.
Vamos, corre, corre, que se va.
Stop right there.
Ven aquí, nano. Vamos. Vamos, Cole. Cole, Cole.
You don't need to do this, Alonzo.
No se escapa, ¿eh? ¡Ale, hop! ¡Ale, hop! ¿Cómo corre el condenado? ¡Tú, que se va con el coche! ¡Ey, ey! Ah, me das el coche a mí. Ok, vamos. Vale, está en la calle de al lado. Hemos tapado el Tenemos visual. Tiene el coche jodido, con ese bloqueo.
Get him next to my window, Cole. Keep me alongside his vehicle and I'll stop this son of a bitch.
Vale, vale, vamos. Dale. Dale plomo.
You gotta get me closer.
Bájate.
You're under arrest for the murder of Celine Henry.
Bájate, Perry.
Put your hands where I can see them.
Atrapado. Te miro y te atrapo. A chupar barrote.
I ain't saying a goddamn thing.
You did a grand job, lads. Phelps, that's quite a way to acquit yourself in your first outing as a homicide investigator. It seems the city has a new and vengeful guardian. Considering the evidence against your suspect and the thoroughness with which a report was compiled, I foresee a safe passage through the courts, and the DA agrees with me. Brutality on a scale such as this deserves retribution. The people and the press of this city demand it.
Se ha quedado sin beber, ¡Ojeta! Preguntas correctas, 2 de 7. Hay que mejorar. Hay que mejorar. Pero bueno, el asesino chupando barrote está, Muchas preguntas incorrectas, pero el asesino a la cárcel.